I'm very, very excited to be playing Viva Piñata because I've wanted to play this game ever since my friends couldn't stop talking about it when I was in school, like 15, 16 years ago. I've wanted to make content on it for at least 3 or 4 years, ever since I found the CD, the disc for it, in my local supermarket for like £5 for Windows, and then it wouldn't run on the newer versions of Windows because they discontinued Windows Live. And there's some hacks and stuff to get around it, even some ways to hack it into 4K and such. But I never had a disk drive. Well, I did have a disk drive. Random! Thank you very much for the 18-month resub. That's a year and a half. Thank you so much. Hello, Babs. Ooh, Viva Piñata. Yes, Babs.
Hi. It's that time again.
It is that time again. Thank you, Brian. As such, I've never been able to play it, and I've always wanted to. So, this playthrough is going to end up on the YubTubs somehow. Either I'll upload just the straight VOD to the VOD channel, !VOD, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Or I'll chop it down into bite-sized chunks, 15 to 20 minutes, and stick it up on the actual YouTube channel. Because I've been, like I said, wanting to make content on this game so long. Yeah, other than that, if you don't know what Viva Piñata is, it's essentially a gardening sim where you have various piñatas to attract to your garden through your gardening skills, and you have to, like, attract them, fulfill their requirements for them to become a resident, and then essentially breed them to become a master romancer. It is gardening. No, it is gardening. It is gardening. Because you grow flowers and plants to attract other piñatas. For example, that little mouse in the middle there is attracted by turnips. Also, did the sus klaxon go off? Was I talking over it again? I didn't hear the first one. Hello, Groundhog, how you doing? Barely remember this game existing. I didn't realize it was a farming sim. It basically is a farming sim. It did go off. Okay, I talked over it again. Honestly, Random, it's right up your guys' alley. I'd have loved this game back in the day if my Xbox didn't constantly commit. Oh my goodness. Right after you said breed. Well, it's called romancing. So, the best part about this game are the cute piñatas that have candy pun names. For example, the mouse is called the Mousemallow. The little bird you see flying around is called the Sparrowmint instead of Spearmint. The little snake is a Syrupent instead of a serpent. Syrup. The amount of pun names they managed to force into this game is right up my alley. Right up my alley. So without further ado, I have completely wiped all of the save data from my test phase of making sure I could get this game to work. Puns improve games 100%. Therefore, today we are starting completely 110% from scratch, from nothing. And if you're wondering how I'm playing, this is through the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Hello, Tiz. I'll be lurking for a bit today. This looks so fun. It is very, 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 very fun. Very fun indeed. So we need a name for our garden. So the cool thing about this game is you can have multiple gardens, like, saved, and everything transfers. Your money, your skill level. So you can basically grow gardens for specific purposes. So you could have, like, a big pond in one garden specifically for attracting water piñata and stuff. So it's really, really cool, and something that I do need to take advantage of. So, for our first garden, because we are going to have multiple gardens, for our first garden, this is going to be like our main. This is going to be... We need a name for our big main garden. The pantry, oh my goodness. Just instantly. God damn, Neo. You even knew where I was going. I was like, yeah, we need a name, and Neo was already on it. So, the thing is, we're not attracting piñatas for our own purposes, right? We're attracting piñatas to send off, explode through the canonata, right? So that the piñatas can go and like, entertain people at parties. And there's a bit of a story to the game as well, so we'll learn a bit about the story.
Get set for Viva Piñata! An ever-changing world full of endless possibilities.
This is as loud as I can make it, I'm afraid.
This is a world where you get to call the shots. The Piñata creatures and plant life that inhabit this land are all determined by you. From the minute you dig your first hole and plant your first seeds, you're well on your way to attracting your first Piñata visitors. If they like what they see, these piñatas may even move in. You'll also be able to name your new friends. As your piñata collection grows, you can choose which to collect and which to trade. Life on Piñata Island is never all daisies and apple trees. When illness or danger threatens, you'll need to be the one who comes to the rescue. This is your world to explore and ultimately transform into whatever you want. So feel free to change anything, everything, if only to see what happens. The world of Viva Piñata is a living, breathing place full of opportunities and unforgettable characters.
Husbando. No, Hudson. Hudson was kind of the name of the Horstachio. There's a little bunny called a Bunnycomb instead of Honeycomb. It's just genius. Absolutely genius. This game is so charming. And for a game that's 15, 16 years old, has aged incredibly well. Not like, you know, Animal Crossing Wild World, for example. Hello. She's sad. This is Leafos. The deer one is called the Donut. And when I was showing this game off on Thursday, I finally managed to tame a donut. Well, let me just flip that around because I'm used to having it flipped. That's better. I love it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello. I was hoping someone would come and help me tidy up this mess. You must be the new owner. I'm Leafos, and I'm here to help you.
She's nice. You'll learn a bit more about all of the characters in this game. It's cool. Yeah, the voice acting in this game is pretty good as well. It means I don't have to read much and stumble over my words. We just get to listen. It's great.
I've given you the journal. When you finish talking to me,
Plus her voice is kind of nice.
Open the menu, and then I'll tell you what to try next.
Uh-huh. Alright, open up the menu. Have to get used to the Xbox controls.
Welcome to the menu.
100% Chasm, 100%.
Then you can move the left stick, and the leaf in the middle will point to the different things that you can do. Point the leaf at the journal, then select it with A.
You got it, Leafos.
This is the journal.
She's a bit too enthusiastic about things, though.
All the information that you discover when you are playing the game. The journal is split up into different parts to make it easier to find.
At least I can take water breaks while she's talking.
It works just like the menu. There's not much to see yet, so have a quick look and let's get back to the garden.
So our journal is going to have the encyclopedia of all of the different piñatas that we can attract. How to is a bit of a tutorial. The garden area, this is kind of important. This shows how much of our garden is currently a certain... well, I guess it says it there, doesn't it? The grid on the page opposite shows what surfaces your garden is made up of. Select individual squares to see what each surface type is. Each square is 1% of the total surface area. So you'll get piñatas that will only appear if, say, you have 10% of your garden is full of long grass. So it's really important to keep track of this to make sure you're attracting the right kind of piñata that you want. The player rewards is basically like the achievements of the game. We'll unlock down this one here. This is like awards for each piñata species. So, like I said, that's gonna help us level up. And then over here is like for each plant species as well. There is a storybook which we'll be going through because the story's kind of cool. I remember playing this in the Walmart demo console. Really? I remember demo consoles. They were cool.
There's your first alert.
Oh.
Whenever something important is happening, this is how you'll be told.
This is frustrating. Bottom right corner, you'll see these a lot.
Alerts will wait down here for you.
I usually
to
just
look at
cancel them all.
If something is very important, the alert will open automatically.
Mm-hmm.
If you have more than one alert, you can choose which one to open by moving the cursor over alerts with the left stick.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When you finish with the alert bar, press up on the D-pad to put the cursor back into the garden.
I usually just spam B button.
Time for another present. It's something you can't manage with.
Alright, and I think we're about to get our shovel. Yep, what a wonderful looking shovel. We can do a lot of damage with this.
Okay, grab your shovel from the menu and turn this mess into
Hey,
your
Crimson Chili, what's
dream
up?
garden.
How's it going?
Put the cursor on me and press A for help.
What if I don't want to? So we can go into the menu and we can select it from here, but the game's quite good. It gives you quick select options. You press up on the D-pad. We don't have access to it yet. Okay, that's fine.
The buttons in the top right of the screen tell you
Hello,
what
Cozy.
you can do with the shovel. I have 3 bits of advice. 1, you can clear the hard soil more quickly if you hold down A. 2, the shovel is old, but it won't break.
Yeah, exactly, Chasm. I always go through tutorials because I don't want to seem dumb when I'm
If you'd like
streaming.
more advice,
I'm always
press
dumb when I'm
Y
streaming.
now.
Emotional kind of damage. Oh my goodness. So now can I put it away? Ah, okay. Now I can use the up button. So we got like some stuff we can clear up. So like we can smash up the junk. It's actually quicker if we start whacking the hard soil to turn it into earth. And we get a little bit of money. So the currency in this game is chocolate coins. We've attracted our first piñata. Look at the little guy. Hello, CC. Oh no. I have troubles with Twitch. I actually had troubles
You attracted a world.
getting the Xbox
The
app to
world
work
has
today.
turned
It didn't have any
up
audio
and
until I
covered some
restarted the
good
game.
soil.
How do I get rid of the that dumb annoying thing in the top left? It's not disappearing. Where to go? Alright, we've attracted a worm. The worm has turned up because you have uncovered some good soil. So yeah, I just usually cancel these out. So where is the little worm guy? He will be making his way into our garden somewhere. See if we can spot him. Oh, is that him over there? Nope. So this game is very, very pretty. Like I said, for a game that released 16 years ago, oh, it's aged very well. Okay, I don't see him, so we're just going to carry on whacking the soil until he shows up. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're eventually going to get all of this turned into soil, and we will unlock like a grass seed packet as well, which we can then use to plant some lovely grass to attract different piñatas. A worm piñata. Yep. A worm. I guess because it's like some... I don't know, there's a candy called a whirl. I don't know. So this game is made by Rare, who at the time was... I think they still are, actually. A British production studio. So a lot of the candies and sweets that the piñatas are named after are kind of like British. I can't remember. There was a really good example of one when I was playing that I managed to attract, but I can't remember what it was. And of course, I've slept since then, so... Where are you, little wormy? Alright, he's now in the garden, so he's now visiting. We've satisfied... Oh, there he is! Hello, guy! So if we hover over him, not whack him, if we hover over him, we can click the Y button to get some information. We can see exactly what the condition is for him becoming a resident, so we need at least 1% of our garden to be soil or grass. If we press the Y button again, we can go to his encyclopedia entry, and we can see every single bit of information. So for him to appear, and that's to show up on the borders of our garden, he needs to have 1% of soil. For him to actually visit our garden, he needs to have 1% soil. For him to become a resident, he needs to have 1% of soil. We also have to romance them later on, which is interesting. And to do that, we need to build them a romancing house, which is... they're all very adorable. The duck gets a pirate ship. It's amazing. So they're not always going to be the same. So for the first ever one, it's 1% soil for everything. But later on, it gets a lot more complicated. It's like a slinky little zebra with that color scheme. I think there is a zebra. I just haven't found one. But I think you can either evolve like one of the horses into a zebra, or you can just unlock a zebra.
Grass seed packet as a reward
Basically,
for getting the
Piñata
first
dating sim.
visiting worm Piñata.
Need a
It
hut to do the
never
woohooing.
runs out of seeds. Press A to close this alert, then press X for the menu. Choose your new.
What if I don't want to
grass-
plant grass yet? What if I want to carry on? Look, we got another little worm. Look at him. I wish there was a way of hiding the UI and just having like a camera mode in this game. It would be amazing. So they're black and white because they haven't decided to live in our garden yet. Piñata Mafia, because they can get whacked. Like, quite literally, you see they got like the little chocolate health bar. If you smack them with a shovel, you can bust them open. However, when you're in this mode, when you're whacking the soil down, you can't do damage to them, which is good, because I'm about to mow over him. You see, he's absolutely fine. Just want to get all of this garden cleaned up. Got to make it nice and neat and presentable, you know? But when the inspection comes, there isn't an inspector. If there was an inspector, I'd be mad. I guess the piñatas are kind of inspectors, aren't they? Because they'll only come to the garden if it's a certain quality. How is this not an indie game with this concept? Well, honestly, you know, back in the early 2000s, big developers were very loosey-goosey with their game dev. You know, with their ideas and their designs and stuff. I did, Chasm, I did. But I also didn't care. I think I was just like trying to like, you know, dirtify my whole garden up, and they were just in the way. Because you'll soon find that you just get worms come into your garden the whole time. It's kind of frustrating because they take up slots. You can only have a certain number of piñatas at one time. And they kind of like take up slots, which is a little bit frustrating. Alright, this is the entire area nicely whacked. So as we level up, we'll expand our garden twice. You can see there's still some hard soil before we get to like some proper soil. There is a bit more of an expansion to go, and it basically doubles the size of your garden. It doesn't seem like much. If you take the distance from this white line here to the grass line over there, like I said, it doesn't seem like much, but it's a chunk.
Go to the menu and open.
I heard you the first time, Leafos. Just wanted to whack some soil, okay?
The grass seed packet is simple to use. Press A to go back to the game and look at the buttons in the top right of the screen. They'll tell you what to...
So, we can like do little bits. We can shrink the cursor down, expand the cursor. The good... Exactly, Neo. Yep. It's better to get an 11-inch pizza than getting two 9-inch pizzas or something like that.
Did you see the color change? The worm has become.
We got our first resident piñata.
It likes your garden so much, it's going to stay here. Try naming your new resident. Just close the...
Okay. So this is something that I'm not going to be doing because piñatas come and go so quickly in this game. So we can rename the piñatas, okay?
Now that you have the cursor on your piñata, the buttons in the top right of the screen have changed. Go back to the garden and press Y to get some information about worm.
Viva Piñata texture for Minecraft? Look at the little guy. They like look at you as well. He's adorable.
You can get information on almost anything by putting the cursor on it and pressing Y. Alright, let's have some fun. Close this alert.
Say it with gusto,
then
Leafos.
press the left stick to select basic info, and finally A. Now you can change your piñata's name, which helps you to find it in the garden and keep track of its piñata.
Actually, Neo, this is something that's really cool about this game. One of the requirements for, like, leveling up is that each piñata has 3 types of variants. So if you feed them special things, they'll actually change color. So each piñata has one base color. So, for example, the worm is orange. But then if you feed a worm a turnip, it will turn purple. And there's each piñata has its base color and then 3 variant colors. And that's one of the things we're going to be trying to do, is unlocking all of the variants for every piñata without Googling it. Alright. Oops. We're just going to rename this guy. Squirrely the Worm. I'm not going to name all of my piñatas. In fact, this is the only one I'm going to name. Okay? Because this guy's going to get eaten. This guy's going to get sold. This guy is not going to last. And all piñatas are kind of like that. Why is Microsoft make a pack for Minecraft and Viva Piñata theme? They clearly have rights to both. Oh, is Willy Builder not going to talk to us? I like Willy Builder's voice. He'll talk to us in other things, but this one apparently I've got to do the voiceover for. So you're the new owner. Pleased to meet you. I'm Willy Builder, and I put up all the buildings around here. I see you have 2 worm residents. Probably need a few more. All piñata need a house before they will romance. Since you're new here, I'll build your worm house on the house. Heh. Close this alert and show me where to put the building site. If you'd like some advice on how to choose a site, press Y now. I didn't even get to plant the grass. The beginning of the game is very heavy on these like introduction movies. Because obviously we're being introduced to a lot of things.
Congratulations! You've attracted a sparrowmint. Sparrowmints can hear a worm wiggling from miles away and will come to take a look.
Sparrowmint first sight. Oh, hello. So this is one thing that I'm not a big fan of, is these houses that they obviously take up a lot of room, and it's kind of difficult to see where you're placing them later on. We're not confined to a grid as well. You can see we can place things pretty freely, and also we can rotate things freely as well. Very fine control. And then if we just, you know, press the rotate button, it will snap to the grid again. So for now, probably because we're not going to have the worm house for very long, we're just gonna slap it in this border here. Builder intro.
Here's Willy. Whew! Is this path getting longer? I should charge more for long distance jobs.
I like him. I like him. So you'll see that over here we have the village. You'll see Willy coming down from the village to come and build our thing. With a little sparrowmint over here, checking out the worms. And he's now visited the garden. So let's take a look at him. So he will become a resident after 2 worms have romanced. And we get an award for a sparrowmint visitor. We do have experience that we're going to be unlocking shortly as well. It's a cool way of doing experience in the game. The experience bar is kind of neat. Hello, Willy. This is a family-friendly stream. Short for Will I Am, okay? The characters are all very creative.
Change the garden to attract piñata. Then give them what they want to make them visit. If you get it right, they will become resident.
Yep. So we've got a little countdown timer on the door. When he's finished, he'll walk out.
I finished. The house has been built. Get out your shovel and smash the site open and reveal my handiwork.
You got it, Willy. Smash the building sites. We'll grab our shovel. Hee-ya!